Game at the MCG getting underway. Umpires Carey and Harris in charge. There the ruckman got it out of the middle. St Kilda going left to right and straight away into attack. Lockett's down there, but a fine defensive mark taken by Wallace. Gee, he did that well. The hand pass isn't great to Harvey. And just behind the play, Wallace shepherds off Lockett, and there could be dust up here. I've got an eye on it. But St Kilda have the ball just outside the 50, although it's a whistle on play, and it's coming back to an Essendon free kick to Buick. And now a 50-metre penalty takes Buick up towards centre wing. Flood is playing on Lockett. Looks like a slight mismatch. And Stewie Lowe's right down near the goal square for St Kilda. But it's up the other end now with Buick's kick. Frawley, the skipper, takes the mark.
Frawley, to relieve the pressure for St Kilda, goes towards the outer wing. What a good kick. Mark Thompson probably see it over the boundary line. He does, and quite content to see it thrown in. Wallace seems to be playing for a loose man in defence for Essendon. He was involved in that dust-up with Tony Lockett. Anderson to do the ruck work. Allen also in there. Buick quickly now towards goal. Good tackle there by Berg. Beats him. Newport going to trap it. No, he doesn't. Be content to see that through for one point. And gets the ironic cheers or jeers from the crowd. First score of the game. And rush behind Stephen Newport.
Kick in towards the outer side. O'Donnell dives, can't quite take the mark. And the ball is just out, and we'll have a throw in. 45, Mark McCurry, playing his second game for the Bombers. An 18-year-old who made his debut in round 10 against Carlton. Somerville. Allen beats him. O'Donnell a slight fumble. Coghlan wrenches it clear. Harvey, the difficult ball, up towards centre wing. Devonport overruns. Werner slung to the ground. Harvey doing the hard stuff again. Bowie gets the hand pass to Devonport. Allen, the hand pass a little bit behind. Devonport been in the play a lot. Fletcher ducks a high tackle. Play on, says the umpire. Grabbed by Coghlan. They're 65 metres out. Fletcher's buried and will take a free kick. But, the umpire says play on. Comes to Coghlan. He centres. McAdam gets one around the ear. Derek Kickett back in defence for the Bombers. An exciting player, Kickett. Up towards the centre of the ground. Anderson.
Anderson quickly playing on to Thompson. This looks promising as Essendon run the ball through the square. Hills, now he'll go long, looking for Salmon. Frawley, an interesting battle. Who'll win out? It's Salmon. A good chest mark. Case of body on body. And Frawley, a mean recipient of body work. Not often you see Danny Frawley out bustled as he was on that occasion. Good mark to Paul Salmon. He's got the chance to register the first goal of the game. Should be bread and butter for this big fellow. Had a poor game last week here at the MCG. Kicked 9 goals 2 weeks ago in South Australia against the Crows. Lining up for Essendon. Ball on its way. The umpire doesn't move. There's the first big one. Paul Salmon. So Essendon 1-1-7. St Kilda yet to score. It's good movement by Essendon, the way they ran that ball out of defence. Kickett initiating it, then a series of handballs through the centre square, and then Hills doing the right thing. That's the way forwards like the ball delivered. Long and hard from centre wing. And you get forward then can catch the defender out, and Salmon did on that occasion.
Good start by the Bombers and an encouraging start to Paul Salmon after last week's shocker. Ball still in the middle. O'Donnell. Plain pulled off it. The hand pass from Pekin to Burke. He's kicked to half forward. Coghlan gathers. Wallace, loose man in defence, just dropped in the space in front of Lockett and took the mark easily. Flood, an unlikely opponent for Tony Lockett. Anthony Danaher's picked up low. The kick wide, close to the boundary line. Buick keeps it in. Well done by Buick. Well, he gained about 60 metres for the side there. Fantastic footy. He worked in about a centimetre just inside the boundary line.
Ball to be thrown in, centre wing. Interesting to see Anderson in the ruck. He played at full back last week. Played on centre wing, made his name as a wingman against Bingham. Coughlin. Winmar. Kilpatrick. Nobody can cleanly get it out. Harvey coming through. Bingham again. Bowie. And doesn't look for, but finds Harvey. Harvey, a relief for Essendon, goes wide. Buick in chase. In front of Newport. Got a lot of speed, Buick. Looks, centres the ball. Wanganeen. Interesting to see Gavin Wanganeen back on the forward line. Was probably Essendon's best player last week, playing in the back pocket. Unfortunately went off the ground injured. It's good to see him out there, an exciting youngster. And a chance to kick Essendon second. A matter of 30 metres out. Slight angle. Shouldn't represent a problem. As Wanganeen lines up. Deliberate. It's the dream start. Essendon 2-1-13. St Kilda yet to score. It's good play by Buick out on centre wing. He kept the ball in. And then it was responsible for centering it towards Wanganeen. He looked up, it was a deliberate centre. He looked for his options further down the ground, saw that Salmon was covered and dragged the ball back into the centre.
Well, St Kilda yet to get rolling, and the Bombers 13 points already. Coughlin, Burke gets bowled over. Buick bowled over. In possession, the umpire will come in and ball it up. Terrific start by the Bombers. Free kick being sorted out here. Somerville. His kick inside half forward. Salmon. Frawley closer to him this time. Burke. Nudged off it by Hills. Good play. Back to O'Donnell. Standing start kick. Salmon in the chop. Had 3 to beat, almost beat them. Comes off hands and a chance for Mercury. And the youngster kicks a goal. The Bombers had 3 on the board. No, it was touched, and a behind. Well, all those Essendon players thought it was a goal, but it's Russell Morris to kick it in.
The break, and look at this. This is bad marking by Essendon as Bowie gets it. Centre wing he goes. Really kicking it to nobody in particular. Bounces in front of McAdam. He goes back in towards centre forward. Devonport just couldn't control it. Cleaned up by Danaher. Good tackle again by Bowie. Now Essendon relieve it. A series of handballs. Thompson and Danaher combining out to centre wing. Mercury, unfortunately, had that kick touched as it went goalward. Kilpatrick just gets his left foot kick in. O'Donnell, always a worker. A solid performer last week. Onto the left foot and goes towards centre half forward. A long kick looking for Salmon. This is the way he wants it delivered. Ball to ground. Coming in. No, they can't control it, Essendon. Tackling, but just a little too long was that tackle by Kicker, but advantage played St Kilda's way. Burke. Hills will come in and knock him off the ball. That he does, and the ball over the boundary line. Some 60 metres from the Essendon goal on their left half forward flank. Bingham to do the ruck work with Somerville. Bingham gets it down, the former Hawthorn reserves player. Harvey had a quiet one last week, been a good contributor this year. Chris Danaher in front. McAdam in pursuit, and again the players content to see the ball thrown in. St Kilda's right half forward flank.
Well, Scotty, the Bombers rank outsiders in this game, but if you had the 9-4, you'd be pretty happy at the moment. 2-2 to nothing, playing all over the Saints. Fletcher's hand pass to Harvey. Good one to Anderson. He can't break Bingham's tackle though. Coughlin gets back to tap forward St Kilda's way. Fletcher. His hand pass to Bowie. There's a high tackle by Fletcher. Umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up. And Essendon really making contests of it all over the place. Ball up, centre wing. Favours Bingham, but he can't get clean possession. Coughlin taken out of it. Burke, and the ball out of play.
Ball to be thrown in, centre wing. Nathan Burke there on screen. A great competitor, very tenacious, possesses a lot of speed. Somerville and Bingham to do the ruck work. Nobody really got it down cleanly. Morris running onto it. Gets his kick just though. Kick it, fortunately, to be in the right position. Looking to play on quickly. Dale kick it, this is. Goes high in the direction of Lockett, but Wallace in front. What will happen? Ball to ground. Davenport just trying to read it, but not quite anticipating it properly, and crashes into the fence. There's a little thing behind play between he and Werner. Maybe Werner could have been penalised then. You can see there a little bit of feeling between Werner and Davenport, and ball to be thrown in. Danaher. Kick it! No, it's McAdam. Goal! Well, St Kilda's first goal. Essendon 2-2-14. St Kilda 1 solitary goal, 6 points. Really coming out of a scramble, that throw in. McAdam slapping it onto the boot quickly. Fortunately found the goals. But then again, they all count. St Kilda's first goal, Gilbert McAdam. Let's hope he reproduces last year's form.
In the centre, Somerville wins. Winmar for St Kilda. Grabbed by O'Donnell. Somerville spins out of trouble. Dishes the hand pass wide for Chris Danaher. Stumbles into McAdam's tackle. And then the hand pass further to Kilpatrick. High ball, Salmon gets to the back of the pack. Morris first back there. Took it a bit casually, Russell Morris. Ball out of play right alongside the behind post for a throw in. Bombers back into attack. They lead 2-2 to 1 goal. 14.5 minutes to go to quarter time. Derek Kickett. Caught in a good tackle. The umpire has no alternative but to ball it up. Fletcher the tackler. Umpire Shane Harris with the Air Force moustache. Ruckman missed it. Mercury hand passes to the edge of the square. Tight in the clinches. Anderson misses with his kick. Mercury again. Bowie plucked away by Fletcher. Just as the ball was cleared, the umpire said, "Give it to me, and I'll ball it up." And St Kilda were well out of defence by the time the whistle went.
A lot of players around Shane Harris, the umpire today. It's a matter of who can get it out. Maybe it's a case of brute strength here. Essendon trying to try and hit it towards goal. St Kilda defend around the fence. That's the way to hit it. That was a great hit out. O'Donnell trapped. Winmar. Now he's got McAdam all by himself. Winmar running on the old 1-2 through the centre. Left foot. Not a long kick, but in the direction of Kickett. Thompson. Now Wallace. The loose man in defence for Essendon. Runs himself into trouble. Now goes long. Not a good kick off the boot, but it finds its mark in Buick, who spills an easy chest mark. Then can't pick it up. Chip over the top to Mercury. Steady, son. He plays on. Goalward he goes. Unfortunately, accuracy a problem. This has only kicked 1 point. Essendon's 3rd point. 2-3-15 Essendon. St Kilda 1 solitary goal. Mercury's 2nd point. His earlier one was touched off the boot.
He led the reserves goal kickers last year at Essendon, Mercury, but still looking for his first goal in the seniors. Morris. Right into the centre square. Bingham. Punched down by Somerville. Comes to Burke. They're running in numbers through the middle. Bingham, ex-Hawthorn. Inside centre half forward. Harvey charges at it. Wallace doing all right as a spare man in defence. Lowe's first touch. Out over his shoulder. Burke outnumbered about 3-1 here. Hills goes back. Danaher clever. Werner to Thompson. And the Bombers worked that well out of defence. Kilpatrick left his man. And thumps it to centre half forward. Shanahan misses with the punch, but Fletcher takes a good mark. Coghlan prominent early. He's going to be caught. Oh, he ducks the tackle of Kickett. Newport. Morris up from defence. Chance if he can gather this one. Oh, he floats the hand pass high and is buried by Somerville after he got rid of it, and it's going to be a free kick to Russell Morris.
Lucky to get out of that, Morris. The hand pass, he was hoping something would come of it. Really, he did set his teammate up in Bowie. Lucky to get that free kick. Bad tackle by Somerville. Morris high in towards centre half forward. Numbers at the ball, but nobody can get it cleanly. It's Essendon through Danaher. Well done, Chris Danaher. On the left foot, normally a right foot kick in long towards Salmon. But it's Winmar, butters up for St Kilda, out towards centre wing. McAdam, they've got two of them there, St Kilda. Davenport in front. McAdam is going long. In the direction of Newport, it takes a good chest mark at half forward flank. Left half forward flank, Stephen Newport. St Kilda tagger in long towards Lockett. It's a 2-on-1 situation. Lockett outnumbered. Ball punched through for a point. And Essendon employing this tactic of a loose man in defence. They did it a couple of years ago. However, that day they used two loose men in Ezard and Werner, dropping back on Lockett, and it was Anthony Danaher at full back.
Here's Wallace, who's getting plenty of the ball with no opponent. 4 possessions already. Pekin comes back after it. Hand pass intercepted, knocked down beautifully. Somerville after Kickett's handball. Plain, Salmon, awkward for a big man. Frawley does well to smother it. Flicked out the back. Morris. St Kilda just 1 goal, 1. Morris had it spent before he gathered the ball, took his eyes off it. Newport. Going around in circles, St Kilda. Allen. Oh, taken away from him by Hills. Big chance here for the Bombers. Mercury back to Hills. He beats a man. Steers the pass into Anderson. And Greg Anderson 52 metres out. Goes quickly. Any amount of Essendon players. It's grabbed here by Somerville, who kicks the goal.
Well, how many loose men? I counted 3 loose men on that Essendon forward line. Options everywhere. Lax marking by St Kilda. They should have done better in bringing that ball out of defence.
And if you've got a loose man in defence, you're supposed to run out of loose men on the forward line, aren't you? They've got loose men forward and back.
And there he is, Peter Somerville, a player with a lot of potential. Let's hope he fulfills that potential playing in the ruck. Coghlan. Quickly over the shoulder, hoping. Thompson running onto it. And he goes long. Wanganeen in front, Pekin behind. Nobody can take it down cleanly, but Anderson running on. Umpires paid a free kick. It's going Tim Pekin's way, indicating he was held or tripped. Bowie, centre wing. No real urgency in the St Kilda game at the moment. Morris, long in towards Lockett, but Wallace is in front. Takes courage to play where Wallace is doing, knowing there's a player behind, and he's picked up the free kick.
Especially when that player's Lockett.
And also when he's about 17 stone. Now Essendon running it well through Harvey. He's done well at centre-half back this year, Mark Harvey. Puts it out, a defender's kick out towards centre wing. And Essendon happy to see the game restarted. Ball to be thrown in, centre wing.
Bingham up high over Somerville. Harvey. Coghlan. Hooked back by O'Donnell. Nicky Winmar for St Kilda from centre wing. The pass up short of the 50. Chance for Lowe there, but he missed it and the ball's gone out of bounds. And Stuart Lowe hasn't been a factor as yet with just 1 touch. And Tony Lockett hasn't seen it either. Lowe against Danaher. Buick applies the tackle in there. Oh, Werner, terrific hand pass to Buick. The Bombers playing great footy. Mercury just inside the boundary line. A good hand pass to Wanganeen, who's been a defender lately, playing on the forward line now. Pushed as he kicked and he'll get another one. Well, Gavin Wanganeen was a player who just about held the Bombers together last week. He was their best in a very ordinary display. And here he is sparking things on the forward line. He's already kicked a goal. And there's a rough chance of kicking his second, although he's a fair way out. Goes the short pass. But Plain, who wasn't even announced on the side, takes the mark.
Good play that, because that hole there was there for quite a while. It wasn't being filled by St Kilda defenders. It's a sin to leave a hole on the forward line. Plain ran into it. It was good play by Wanganeen to spot him too.
Bradley Plain, named as an emergency, replaced Alessio in the selected 20, and in fact started in the 18. 35 metres from goal. Oh, great kick! The Bombers on fire!
Very casual player is Bradley Plain. I watched him in the reserves last week, but he does possess a lot of ability. There is no doubt about that. With a little bit of urgency could come into his game, he would certainly be a good player. Promises a lot. Here's Brian Wood giving words of encouragement. Former premiership wingman at Essendon. Brian Wood, and also captain of Richmond. Bingham and Somerville. Nathan Burke, Bingham. Clean bowls everybody. Thompson getting onto it, but Harvey in hot pursuit. McCurry. Kick it. McCurry doing well in this first quarter for a youngster. He gets the free kick. He's got Anderson in the centre if he wants him. But Davenport coming up well to cover that option. McCurry, half forward flank, the ball goes for Essendon. Buick running onto it. Can he control it? No. Wanganeen, kick it. This looks promising. Buick, open goal. All he has to do is put it through, and he does.
What a magnificent hand pass by Derek Kickett.
Essendon 5-3-33, St Kilda 1-1-7. Class act is that man, Derek Kickett. He had a couple of touches last week, but two of his plays were sensational when he kicked goals. He can really manufacture something when most people will get themselves into trouble.
Well, the Bombers have started the game like premiership contenders. Somerville wins out of the middle. That hit out worth a kick. Up to centre half forward already, but it's a free kick to St Kilda. Shanahan held when he didn't have it. And the Saints really need to shake out the cobwebs. Morris one hand, not enough. With Pekin. Hills, Werner. His hand pass partly blocked. Hills to Anderson. Anderson thumps it long. Salmon with Frawley. Oh, he's holding.
Which way's it going?
Yeah, it's going to Frawley.
Kicker coming off, that's Dale Kicker coming off from St Kilda, and Danny Craven coming on.
Burke in the back pocket. Up towards half-back flank. Davenport overruns. Well, I suppose this shouldn't be so much of a surprise. The Bombers had won 4 in a row until last week, but just that we saw them last week when they were pretty awful.
And it was a Peter Sumich show last week. He was unstoppable. Anderson again to do the ruck work. Bingham should get it down easily, and he does. Harvey looking for the handball, then decides, second thought to Bingham. Shows a lot of mobility for a big fellow. Into McAdam. Really got to start and slip it. They didn't play well last week, St Kilda. Lucky to get out of that win with a win against North Melbourne. Ball high. St Kilda's right forward pocket. A matter of 20 metres around from their goal. Lowe had a quiet one last week against Ian Fairley to do the ruck work. Anthony Danaher will be his opponent. Lowe in front. Danaher gets it down. Lowe running onto it. Can he get back? He gets a handball away to Coughlin. Tackle by Kickett, just. Courage required, and it is shown there. Craven it was. Ball in the hard centre. McCurry's done well. Winmar in pursuit. Bingham running onto this, lopes onto it actually. Left foot, not a good kick off the boot. High, Davenport, will he hold it? He does. And showed again a lot of courage back into that pack. Craig Davenport, the boy from Mount Evelyn, showed a lot of potential as a youngster in a number of sports. Soccer, basketball, it was a case of take your pick. He chose football. A matter of probably have to let this ball go from about 45 metres. Lets it go from 50 on its way. And just wait on the umpire. It's their second, St Kilda's second, Craig Devonport's first. Showed a lot of courage then, Devonport, in taking that and start holding his ground. Not a good kick off the boot by Bingham. He loped onto it, but then pressure came. He just got his kick in, set it up for Devonport. It's a good effort by the youngster.
Much needed goal by the Saints. Bingham wins in the middle, but it was O'Donnell for Essendon. Thumped down by Pekin. Chance for Morris to run onto it. Lockett hasn't had a touch yet. Kicked by Morris to half forward. Low mark taken by Thompson. Bomber Thompson straight up the ground. Winmar plays on Nicky Winmar, waiting for movement. Comes out wide to Burke. Lockett's got two on him. They go the other way. Coughlin marks right in front. About 40 metres out.
It's a good pass by Nathan Burke. Had enough time to steady. He was looking for Lockett, but then spotted Coughlin by himself, centre half forward.
Lockett being double teamed all the time. And I suppose if he can distract the defenders to that extent and leave a man on his own 40 metres out right in front, the Saints might yet get a winning score without Lockett. Coughlin for goal. It's away to the right. He should have kicked it. (5-3) to 2-2, and we've got 2 3/4 minutes to go to quarter time.
Flood, David Flood with the ball. A player that really hasn't capitalised on his ability at Essendon. Been in and out of the side for a number of years. Danaher, Chris, trying to run it through, and he does. Across to O'Donnell. This looks promising. He goes long. Essendon working to a plan and getting it down quickly towards Salmon. Pekin. Newport, no stranger to this ground. Former Melbourne player. And the ball to be thrown in on Essendon's left forward flank. Robert Harvey picks up a number of possessions, this wingman.
Be a good duel, Harvey and O'Donnell. Harvey's had 5 possessions, O'Donnell 6.
Fletcher tackle by Plain. And again, the umpire a little technical. He had to break up the pack. And Pekin receiving the free kick. Former Fitzroy player, Tim Pekin, a good pickup for St Kilda. Tremendous powers of concentration. Terrific endurance. Nathan Burke. Good battle between he and Hills. Great pass earlier to Coughlin. Goes short again. Bingham, his target, finds him. Centre wing. Lawrence Bingham towards centre half forward. Allen behind, can't take it. The left footer gets his handball away. Not a good kick by Lowe. Coughlin, what can he do? Nothing. And the ball will be thrown in. The ball been thrown in there quite a few occasions today. Stuart Lowe also out of form. Well held, as I said earlier, by Fairley last week. Lining up in the forward pocket beside Tony Lockett.
Lowe, almost clean possession. Back out of bounds. A minute remaining to quarter time. And a first quarter dominated by the Bombers. They lead 5-3 to 2-2. Lowe taken out of it. Well done by Danaher. And he gets a free kick. No, the free kick is a little off the ball to go to Glenn Kilpatrick. Playing his 10th game of senior football. Up towards the centre circle. Bingham got underneath it. Wanganeen, clever. The kick up towards the 50-metre line. He's Plain. Knocked away by Shanahan. There was applause from the St Kilda fans. Been a real surprise, Jamie Shanahan. Made his league debut this year at the age of 24. He played state footy for Tasmania twice before he played AFL.
Somerville, Bingham doing quite well, as is Somerville. Again, the umpire picks out a free kick going St Kilda's way. Going to Adrian Fletcher, former Geelong player. Quickly across to Morris, who chips it high. The shocking wants to be underneath. And the siren goes for quarter time here at the MCG, and we see Essendon holding a comfortable lead, 5-3-33, St Kilda 2-2-14. MCG, a 19-point advantage Essendon's way. Somerville and Bingham come in to start this second quarter. McAdam, handball out. Now St Kilda will run it through Morris. Craven getting involved, coming off interchange. In towards full forward, he'll get it. Essendon cut it out. Werner in front. Burke running on. He's a loose man. Well chopped out by Buick. Smothered off the boot. Essendon defenders around. Fletcher being swamped. Burke sliding. St Kilda really couldn't make anything of a promising effort. They got it out of the centre very, very well. Ran it into their forward line, but just got bottled up. Some good smothering, chopping out by these Essendon defenders. Low. Fletcher again across to McAdam. He tries to centre it, but it goes off the side of the boot, and a free kick will go Essendon's way in their right back pocket. McAdam, late start to the season through injury. A very talented player. Mark Harvey relieving for Essendon. The long kick towards the centre wing. McCurry had a good first quarter. Spins, can't get anything out of it. O'Donnell, always a worker. Winmar on the half-back flank, now on centre wing. Talented. Buick. A long torpedo back towards the flank. Pekin not really confident, but it's Wanganeen who capitalises. Another lightning handball from Kickett. Plain running onto it. This should be Essendon's sixth. But it goes across the goal face. For their fourth behind, Bradley Plain. Really a lay-down misère. Well followed up by Essendon. Bad mistake by Pekin. Wanganeen running onto it across to Kickett. And then in front of the play, Bradley Plain. Open goal. Should have been Essendon's sixth goal.
20 points the margin. And it should have been more. Kick by Winmar. Kick it from behind Newport. Frawley paddles. Wanganeen. Buick balks to Anderson and kicks the goal himself. That's his second goal. A brilliant start to the game. He had 8 possessions in the first quarter, and the Bombers 40-14.
That's his 25th goal for the season, Darren Buick. Does a lot of good work up around the goal face in the forward pocket. Now playing up on the ball today. Last week he played principally as a forward, and St Kilda have made a change. Dale kicker coming on.
And Pekin went off for that poor attempted mark.
Somerville and Bingham. Somerville who got it down. Harvey, centre square. Out to Berg. They did this earlier, but it was chopped out by Essendon. St Kilda. Wallace playing as a loose man in defence, cutting off Tony Lockett and doing particularly well in that position. Involved in a little altercation at the start of the game with Lockett. The emergency umpire came running out to speak to both players. Now to be ball to be thrown in. On the 50-metre line, St Kilda kicking left to screen. Buick. 2-on-1 situation. It beats two of them. Kickett. Anderson, can he get it? Because he's got Kickett loose. If he gets it across, he has. Now Kickett goes and spearing kick in towards full forward, but it's Shanahan doing well across half-back, playing on another Tasmanian and Bradley Plain. Did well earlier in his first couple of games, Jamie Shanahan at full-back. Goes out to the outer wing. Beats everybody. Burke stays down, reaps a reward. On to Fletcher. He's off. Werner just can't lay the tackle. Bowie, can he mark? No, it's Thompson who brings it to the ground. Wallace doing very, very well in defence. Out to centre wing. McCurry, good first quarter, the youngster. He's got Somerville as a loose man. Pops it up in his direction, an easy chest mark. Somerville, a beautiful kick of the football. This distance not beyond him. He's kicked many from this distance before. Bingham's dropping back into the square. Frawley and also Salmon. He fancies himself Somerville. 50 metres out. Ball on its way. It's a good kick off the boot. We'll just wait on the umpire. Just didn't bring it around quite far enough. It's gone through for another point. That's Essendon's 5th. 6-5-41 Essendon. St Kilda 2-2-14.
Well, St Kilda really looking to get going because they're out of their depth at the moment, and still Tony Lockett hasn't had a touch. And we're 5 minutes into the second quarter. Off the hands, it flips to McAdam. His pass is good to Lowe. We haven't seen much of this from Stewie Lowe. A couple of touches in the first quarter, that was all. Out to Harvey. Lockett this time, and at last Tony Lockett.
St Kilda seem to be playing Allen at full forward in the square and Lockett playing some 20 metres in front of the square. Interesting ploy by St Kilda. They started with Lockett at full forward and Lowe right beside him in the forward pocket.
Well, they had to try something. Certainly outcoached in the first quarter, with Wallace being a spare man in defence and being a real nuisance in the hole in front of Tony Lockett. He goes for his first goal of the game, and right across the face and out of bounds on the full. Not within cooey.
Seems to sum up St Kilda's performance to date. They're really just not up to scratch today, St Kilda. It's a long way to go yet. Bingham lays on quickly across to Fletcher. He'll try and run it. He does through a handball to Coughlin. Strong tackle by Buick, but Coughlin, equal to the task, breaks it up towards full forward. Lockett. No, cut out by Harvey. Buick running onto the ball, doing well up on the ball today, Darren Buick. But content to see that ball over the boundary line to be thrown in. St Kilda's left forward flank, some 60 metres from their goal. Darren Buick on screen. 2 goals. Lowe. Kilpatrick, his kick smothered. That hand pass from Lowe across to O'Donnell. Well smothered by Harvey. O'Donnell gets his kick again, only see it smothered this time by the man off interchange, Danny Craven. Anderson doing the ruck work again. He's done it on a couple of occasions today. Previously with Bingham, now he's got Morris. Kilpatrick. Clean bowls everybody. Devonport. He's already kicked one for St Kilda. Half back he goes. In the direction of Stewie Lowe. Can't take it, the big fellow. Now it's Bowie into centre, into full forward. Allen over his head. Lowe out from Lockett out from goal. Offered the lead.
And David Flood is the man who so far has kept Tony Lockett goalless. Towards centre wing. Well, McCurry did fantastically well there. O'Donnell. Looking back for McCurry, but the ball goes out of play. 6-5, Essendon to 2 goals 3 St Kilda. Morris and Anderson. Lockhorns. At the back, Fletcher, clean possession. Into the cricket pitch area. Well, it's whipped away by Bowler Thompson. He's run wide by McAdam. Ridley palms the ball down for Hills. Hills keeps it going Essendon's way. Ridley in after it again. Did well. Kilpatrick to Chris Danaher. Will it clear them? Well, it does. It is offline for a behind. All clear, says the umpire, after Frawley and Salmon were having a bit of a go in the goal square. Point to Chris Danaher.
Russell Morris, nicknamed the Fly by his teammates at Hawthorn. Bring the ball in. Too many options, goes short. There's Winmar unattended. What can they build out of this, St Kilda? Winmar long out to outer wing, looking for Harvey. But it's McAdam behind because Harvey's man flew into the back of Winmar. Well, Harvey, and again the free kick will be relayed back. Advantage not paid on that occasion.
Well, I've seen a lot worse advantages paid than that.
There's Craven on 50 metre. He'll be run down if he's not quick. He is. Buick, a good chase and tackle. Didn't give away a free kick. Essendon playing in a gear higher than St Kilda at the moment. Kick it. Back off interchange. In long towards full forward. It's a 2-on-1 situation. Lockett outnumbered. Wallace in front. Doing a sterling job in that last line of defence. Relieves for Essendon. Danaher on the 50. Can't pick it up cleanly. Looking for the handball to set it up and run it out. His brother will be tackled. And again, the free kick paid, but this time it'll go to Chris Danaher.
Kick by Danaher, short of half forward. Thump to the front. Dale kick it after it. Across the ground he goes. Harvey, good evasive skills, but he kicked it straight to the opposition, and Mark Thompson takes it. So Stewie Lowe, quiet for St Kilda, leading a lot of awards and one of the Brownlow favourites. That kick's been given away to Burke, and a beautiful pass, the fingertip marked by McAdam.
That was well cut out then by Nathan Burke. I think he is the loose man up on that St Kilda midfield area, because Dean Wallace is down playing as a loose man in Essendon's defensive area. O'Donnell waited for the ball to come to him. Should never do that in football.
Badly needed goal for the Saints. 45 metres out. McAdam has kicked it. His second. And the Saints have only managed 3. They trail 3-3 to 6-6.
It was well set up by Nathan Burke, but a good mark by McAdam. Boy from Alice Springs, that's where he played his junior football, went to Central Districts, won a Magarey medal. Play back in the centre. Buick and Craven at it before the ball was bounced. Nobody can get it out cleanly. A matter of muscle. I think the umpire will have to. He is going to come in and ball it up and recommence and break this pack up. Umpires Carey and Harris. Peter Carey and Shane Harris. Bingham down to Fletcher's. Picked up a lot of possessions, a former Geelong player. Nobody can get it out cleanly. Bingham does so. Good play, intelligent play. Out, so it runs for Harvey. Harvey on the left, chips it in towards direction of Lowe, but over his head. Danaher punches the ball to the ground. Fletcher again in hard. Morris, it's Coghlan. McCurry chips it in Buick's direction. Just not quite putting his body behind it because Winmar was coming in the opposite direction. Well cut out here by Kilpatrick. Across to Buick. And short into Ridley. The Western Australians combining. Todd Ridley.
Gee, they're playing irresistible football, aren't they? And Buick, 10 kicks, 3 handballs, midway through the second quarter.
Played the first couple of games in his debut year, Todd Ridley, and was impressive, but then failed to get a game for the rest of the season. Lining up with Paul Vanderhaar's number on his back. And that's the 7. His first, Todd Ridley, Essendon 7th. Essendon 6-7, 48. St Kilda 3-3, 21.
7-6.
7-6, I'll have to go back to school. 7-6, 48. And Todd Ridley, his first goal. A lively type last week, starting on interchange today. A player that looks as if he's got a little bit of something to make him into a footballer.
Just over 13 and a half minutes to go to half-time, and Essendon giving St Kilda a shellacking here at the moment. Dale kick it. Inside half forward. Wallace went at it half volley. Awkward. Wanganeen buried. A St Kilda free kick.
He was lucky to get out of that, wasn't he, Drew?
The Wanganeen free kick was right, but good to see him get up from it. Werner. Took a while, he was spun round once, and that's enough, said the umpire. You're holding the ball. Brett Bowie to take the free.
Good tackle by the little fellow.
And those blokes with a low centre of gravity are amongst the best tacklers, like Liberatore. Well, Fletcher turned, kick it inside out. Good kick too. Allen takes the mark.
Big forward line, St Kilda. Have a look at this fellow on screen, Allen. Lockett at full forward, Low centre half forward.
Well, they're 27 points down, the Saints, and they need this from Tim Allen. And he gets the goal.
Their second for the quarter, St Kilda. Tim Allen, originally from Mornington. Just when he's been making his debut, or about to make his debut for St Kilda over the last few years, he's always had a major injury which has delayed that debut. Finally he got it last year, and he certainly has kicked on. Let's hope those injuries stay away. Shane Harris, ball down. The big fellows go at it. It's Bingham this time, gets it down. Werner, a long handball in direction of Anderson, going back onto the left foot, now in long. Salmon underneath, pushed out of it by Frawley. Frawley, safety first. Good play because he just didn't possess the skill, because the speed, because O'Donnell was going to run him down. Danny Frawley, although defensive, giving away that point. The right play in the situation.
Not the usual bunch at centre half back. Morris is not sure where to go.
There's no movement.
So he just goes straight down the ground about 65 metres. Big thump forward by Somerville. All Essendon here. Mercury for his first goal in league football. Drills it! The second gamer who led the goal kickers in the reserves last year and has been great today.
Well, they say a punch is defensive. I don't never believe that. It's always attacking to bring the ball down in front. It was a great punch by Somerville. Got it down. It went some 20 or 30 metres. Mercury on the end of it. Really did set him up. Bingham should get it down. He does, but he cannons straight into Fletcher. Fletcher buckled over. Let's hope he's all right. Anderson. Still down on his haunches is Fletcher as the ball goes in long from Anderson. Frawley behind, Kickett running onto it. Well, oh, that's classical stuff. Great anticipation, Derek Kickett. Essendon's 9th goal. They lead the Saints 9-7-61. St Kilda 4-3-27. He just possesses that little bit of something, Derek Kickett. A couple of years ago, on this ground against, I don't think it was St Kilda, but it was in the second quarter. He turned in a magnificent quarter that day.
61-27, and Essendon running all over St Kilda. A boil over here at the MCG. Fletcher has recovered after that knock. Bowie, the hand pass out wide to Bingham, who's caught by Hills. Desperation by Werner, wins the footy, and they're off and running again. Here goes Paul Hills. Ridley leads to the pocket. Hills straight to full forward. Kick it!
Well, he led Stephen Newport a merry dance on that occasion. Quickly, he can get it on to Greg Anderson if he wants him, but he decides to go back and kick it himself. Derek Kickett. And the Essendon players running across and congratulating Hills. Great enthusiasm amongst this Essendon side.
Well, already it's 4-2 this quarter. A huge lead to the Bombers. And Kickett extends that lead. 10-7 to 4-3. 2 goals in the space of about 90 seconds for Derek Kickett, and the lead is 40 points.
Well, what Stephen Newport found out, he caught himself out on that occasion. He was between Kickett and Hills. He was 5 metres in front of Kickett. Kickett doubled back, then ran him around in a circle. And Newport just didn't know where he was. Stephen Newport, a good player as far as concentration and tagging goes. He's just got to tighten up a little bit more. Somerville and Bingham at it again. On is fairly even in the centre bounce. It was Somerville. Now it's Winmar who's got it out. Goes long in the direction of Lockett, but it's going to be cut out again by Essendon. This time it's Chris Danaher. Doing well, those Essendon players across that full back line and half back line. St Kilda just can't penetrate into their forward line. Harvey, tackled by Somerville. go short if he wants him. He's got Bowie on his left, but decided against it, Harvey. Play on, the umpire's called. Now he's got himself into a bit of trouble in the direction of Allen, but it's Danaher in front. Fletcher runs onto it, can't get it out. Here's that loose man again, Nathan Burke. Nobody around, but in hot pursuit is Kickett. A bit slow on the mark, Kickett. There's Dale Kickett. And just can't drag the ball across. Far enough, Dale Kickett. And a free kick paid Essendon's way in their left back pocket.
St Kilda third on the ladder, Essendon ninth on the ladder, but the Bombers really giving them the stick today. We perhaps should have known something, because St Kilda hadn't beaten Essendon since 1980 until the game in round one earlier this year. Here's Burke. He's going to go back. St Kilda free kick back to Nathan Burke or Morris. To Russell Morris. It's only the third time they've ever met, these two, at the MCG. The kick by Morris in the direction of Lowe, and Stewie Lowe drags down the mark. It's been a rare sight today.
That's the second mark for the game.
They met in the 1965 grand final, Essendon won, and the 1966 preliminary final, which St Kilda won at the MCG. The kick by Lowe, much needed by the Saints, but away to the left.
St Kilda players having a dirty day as Essendon through Wallace. Relieve. Dean Wallace playing well in defence. Goes to centre wing. A good mark by Tim Peake, and back on the ground. Bingham. Lowe can't control it. Now it's Werner. Kilpatrick playing back on for Essendon. McCurry off. Craven. Buick. There's a free kick being paid. It's going St Kilda's way against Darren Buick, holding Danny Craven.
Now Don Mercury off. He's just kicked a goal. He's had 11 possessions. He's burning.
We're commentators, not coaches. I don't know. Hills. Playing. Well done, Nathan Burke. A matter of keeping your eye on the ball, he did. He set it up for Winmar, running off half-back. Now they've got players. Morris is on the inside of Bow if he wants him. He just can't get it across there. Wanganeen. Morris over the top to Coghlan. Coghlan quickly towards goal. Just not quite far enough. Another point registers when St Kilda desperately need goals. Kick by Frank Coghlan on that occasion.
Kick in by Harvey. Winmar. Oh, great mark. He had Somerville bearing down at 1,000 miles an hour. Winmar's kick to half forward. Lowe can't mark. Off hands to Danaher. Poor kick, chopped off by Burke. Last time he did that, it resulted in a goal. But a bad hand pass this time. Newport comes back to Newport. Burke again. Thumps it inside the 50. Smallest man on the ground takes the mark, Bowie. Be kicking from 50. Overcast conditions, swirling breeze. If anything, it's at his back, but you wonder how much gets to the playing surface these days with so much concrete around the MCG. Saints badly need it. It's home for a goal.
Well, the little fellow, Brett Bowie, that's his first. Made a terrific tackle on Werner earlier, out in that area where he just kicked that goal from. There he is, showing a lot of encouragement towards his teammate, a bit of vocal encouragement. Now the deficit 32 points. Free kick going St Kilda's way. It'll be taken by Bingham, who plays on quickly across to Winmar. Winmar in two minds, got the loose man in Nathan Burke. Now to Davenport. Davenport in towards goal. Not a good kick off the boot because Harvey cleans up easily. Now it's Lowe. Instead of dragging it back in towards the centre, he's gone for goal. had options in the centre corridor, but decided against it and paid the penalty. Another point for the St Kilda. 36, playing 67.
And if you're wondering, yes, Lockett is playing. He's had one touch and no score. And we're only 5 minutes from half-time. Devonport. Lowe offers the lead in short. Lockett cruising the goal square, that's all. He's staying close to goal. Kicked by Devonport. Lockett swamped. Bowie kicked the last one. He's hooked this one back too far and out of bounds. 1 goal, 1 and 1 out of bounds.
Danaher to relief for Essendon. Somerville behind, Devonport in front. Berg gets a quick kick. Be thrown in St Kilda's right forward flank. Low to do the ruck work. Anthony Danaher will compete against him. It's Low, a mighty fist. Thompson turns back into trouble, but still gets his kick away. Harvey, now from 50, goes short, into towards a pocket. And it's Craig Devonport. Maybe Harvey could have gone a little longer in towards the goal, because Harvey on Devonport on a particularly difficult angle. St Kilda have only kicked 5 goals. 67, playing 36 as Devonport lines up. Ball on its way. It looks good. It is. St Kilda 6th goal. They still trail Essendon. Essendon 10-7, 67. St Kilda 6-6, 42. Craig Devonport on screen. That's his 2nd goal. Having a good day today. This is his 50th game of league football. Recruited from Mount Evelyn. And having a good year.
The margin back to 25 points. Not long ago it was 40. So St Kilda making a bit of a comeback. Ridley on all fours and kick it. The umpire will ball it up. So we've had some wildly fluctuating games this season, and Essendon been involved in 1 or 2 of them, but well, it's a long way ahead to be thinking of St Kilda coming back to win it, but if they do, and Essendon reflect on a 40-point lead, it'll be interesting. Fletcher from just inside 50, Lockett, Allen, and Tim Allen has it right in front.
Well, that's their best forward move today, St Kilda. Clean, crisp, and sharp.
Well, maybe we will look back to the middle stages of this quarter and see a turning point in the game. Saints have kicked the last couple. Allen lines up from right in front and puts through another. Oh, it's at the post. Just about already written it down in the book. What an expensive miss that could turn out to be. 10-7 to 6-7.
Bad luck. They're not rewarded on that occasion, St Kilda. It was a good move into their forward line. It's Anthony Danaher evading the tackle of Stuart Lowe. Not a good kick off the boot, but still goes up towards centre wing. Somerville leading Bingham. Coming in. That's Shanahan on the half-back flank in front of Bradley Plain. And he was happy to see that ball over the boundary line. Greg Anderson about to do the ruck work again, as he's done on a number of occasions today. They go against Russell Morris. Anderson in front. Follows his own work up. Can't get the handball away. Harvey gets up, gets away, breaks the tackle. Now looks to run the ball. Looking for the left handball. All options covered. Decides to do it himself. Then goes in towards centre half forward. But he didn't really look for anybody because it was easy for Danaher to cut out. Danaher short towards centre half forward behind Bingham. Follows up. Handball across to Morris. Morris right in the hard cricket pitch area. Goes short out towards Lowe, but he was beaten on that occasion. Bowie running onto it. What can the little fellow do? He's goal!
Well, he's been a live wire in this comeback by St Kilda, and all of a sudden it's just 3 goals the difference.
He's really done well in this second quarter. That tackle earlier I mentioned, that's his second goal in this quarter. And Brett Bowie, the little fellow, ton of heart. His heart as big as himself. Not big in stature, but certainly big in heart.
A minute 20 remaining in the first half, and the Saints on a roll. Another goal would be handy before the long break. Across the ground, it bounces St Kilda's way. Burke leaves it for Devonport. Overrun by Coghlan. Flips back the hand pass to Bingham. Up to Burke. Wide for Winmar. Clever tap. Fletcher. Devonport had kept going. Brushes the high tackle and will go back to take his free kick. Under a minute left to half-time. Devonport round the man on the mark, but not quite. He's lost it. Thompson back there to pick up and hand pass back to Chris Danaher. Oh, straight onto the chest of Burke. Burke thumps it back to the forward line. Oh, marked by Kickett. Dale Kickett takes his second mark. He was benched at one stage. He's had 6 possessions in the shadows of half-time, but a goal here would put the Saints within 2 kicks at half-time, which is remarkable considering during this quarter they trail by 40 points. Kick it from 40 metres out. Has kicked the goal. And right on the siren for half-time. And the margin is just 12 points. Essendon 10-7, St Kilda 8-7, and at the 19-minute mark, the Bombers led by 40 points.
12 points of difference here at the MCG. St Kilda a last-minute resurgence in the second quarter. And Bingham and Somerville to go at it once again. It's Somerville who gets it down. Winmar, can they carry on from where they left off, St Kilda? In the direction of Lockett and Lowe. Ball to ground. Kick it. Will he run onto it? Lockett throws himself desperately over the ball. Hits it on towards goal. One hand he comes out, Werner. Doing well across half-back. Hills. McCurry had a good first quarter, then taken off in the second quarter. Back on the ground for the third quarter. Courage there shown by the little fella Danny Craven. But it's Somerville, looks like he's hurt himself. Gets it across to Buick in the direction of Summon it goes. Ball over his head, but there's a free kick, this time going against Frawley, who goes down onto all fours, praying to Ella. And Ella, in the person of Peter Carey, will not be swayed. Both players holding on, but as this time it was Salmon who received the benefit, I suppose, of the doubt. Now Paul Salmon. Started all right, a little quiet since, but has got a chance now for Essendon's 11th. All clear from the umpire. Straight, says the goal umpire, and there it is. Essendon's 11th goal, 11-7, 73. St Kilda 8-7, 55. Good battle between Salmon and Frawley. Both body players. Salmon kicked his first goal down that end at the start of the game, and that was his second.
So Paul Salmon, 2 goals from just 2 kicks. Somerville, Buick, and now O'Donnell. Devonport did well. Kick it, great tackle. Oh, a bit of a trip in there might have been from Devonport. Look out, because players have gone on the book for that earlier this year. And he's gone in the book too.
I thought that was accidental. What did you think? Intentional?
Wouldn't like to say.
Not put yourself on the spot.
So Mark McCurry, playing his second game of league footy, an 18-year-old, has been impressive. His pass is steered low. Oh, excellent mark to Anderson.
Players deliver the ball so well nowadays. Great pass by McCurry.
Greg Anderson. Be a good start to the second half for the Bombers if this goes through. Well, it had the distance. Goes offline. Anderson's first score. The margin back to 19 points, but at one stage the Bombers led by 40 at the 19-minute mark of the second quarter.
St Kilda playing the huddle, ringed by the Essendon forwards. Morris looking for options. A little bit more movement this time. McAdam off the ground for St Kilda. Kick it, unopposed, runs in, play on. He's done this so well today. Anderson, goalward it goes. Has it beaten both of them? It has. Frawley claimed he put a hand to it, but the umpire won't listen to him. There's the 12th goal. Essendon 12-8, 80. St Kilda 8-7, 55. Greg Anderson set up well by Derek Kickett. That's his second goal. And his first goal, Anderson. Kicked a point earlier. And Kickett taking that kick out from Morris, set it up.
So it has been a great start again by the Bombers. Just as they did in the first half, they've done it in the second half. Here's Werner. The ball didn't go the distance, so that mark not paid. Coughlin steers the pass to Allen. Spoiled by Harvey. Whipped out of there by Wallace, who's played loose man in defence and has played it perfectly. Burke, a good hand pass. Devonport goes for goal and kicks it. Ooh, just offline. Kicked 2 goals earlier on. And now 2 goals won to Craig Devonport. We'll have to face the tribunal on Monday night.
David Flood at full back on Tony Lockett, but Lockett playing very wide from the full back position. Long goes Flood, kick it up. Hills. Across to O'Donnell. O'Donnell goes for the safety of the boundary line. Will it beat Harvey? He just does. And that was the intention of O'Donnell, to send the ball over the boundary line just before Harvey got to it. Well timed. Anderson again to do the ruck work with Morris. Bowie. Ridley over the top, should give away the free. He does give away the free kick. And the recipient, number 18, Brett Bowie for St Kilda. Good player in the second quarter for St Kilda, the little fellow. Well cut out by Werner. Doing well across half back. Kilpatrick in towards centre half forward. Bingham in front of Somerville on this occasion. McCurry manhandled Pekin, but it's Shanahan who gets it away. McCurry in front. Shanahan in hot pursuit. Can McCurry get it away? He does. Now Essendon can run it. Wanganeen short in the direction of Salmon. Frawley holding on, gets a hand to it. Winmar, he'll mop up. Salmon in pursuit, but Nicky Winmar keeps the ball in. Well done, Nicky. Smothered off the boot.
It was a Wanganeen smother and it almost rebounded to Salmon. And Gavin Wanganeen, an amazing player at either end of the ground. Boundary throw in, another chance for the Bombers. Anderson gets free. Salmon in front. Can't get boot to ball. He's ridden into the ground by Frawley. And the Saints out of trouble. Harvey started it. The hand pass to Newport. Newport's kick to half-back. Craven. Coughlin leaves his man. Craven trying to draw a man. There's Wallace again. He's been a real thorn in their side. Kilpatrick. Lockett. Back near centre wing, but still can't get a possession out of that. Burke. Good smother by Flood. Now Flood is the man who'll go down in history as keeping Tony Lockett so far to one kick. He's only had one himself.
McAdam back on the ground for St Kilda. Fletcher off. Lowe gets a fist to it. Davenport running onto it well. Ignores the lead of Lockett. Goes goalward. Will the ball come back? No, it won't. St Kilda's 9th point. Essendon 12-8, 80. St Kilda 8-9, 57. Going very wide of the goals, Tony Lockett. Kilpatrick in towards the centre. Somerville in front of Bingham, punched away by Bingham, well fighted up. Just 12 points the difference here at the MCG. St Kilda a last minute resurgence in the second quarter. And Bingham and Somerville to go at it once again. It's Somerville who gets it down. Winmar, can they carry on from where they left off, St Kilda? In the direction of Lockett and Lowe. Ball to ground. Kick it. Will he run onto it? Lockett throws himself desperately over the ball. Hits it on towards goal. One hand he comes out, Werner. Doing well across half-back. Hills. McCurry had a good first quarter, then taken off in the second quarter. Back on the ground for the third quarter. Courage there shown by the little fella Danny Craven. But it's Somerville, looks like he's hurt himself. Gets it across to Buick in the direction of Summon it goes. Ball over his head, but there's a free kick. This time going against Frawley, who goes down onto all fours, praying to Ella. And Ella, in the person of Peter Carey, will not be swayed. Both players holding on, but as this time it was Salmon who received the benefit, I suppose, of the doubt. Now Paul Salmon. Started all right, a little quiet since, but has got a chance now for Essendon's 11th. All clear from the umpire. Straight, says the goal umpire, and there it is. Essendon's 11th goal, 11-7, 73. St Kilda 8-7, 55. Good battle between Salmon and Frawley. Both body players. Salmon kicked his first goal down that end at the start of the game, and that was his second.
So Paul Salmon, 2 goals from just 2 kicks. Somerville, Buick, and now O'Donnell. Devonport did well. Kick it, great tackle. Oh, a bit of a trip in there might have been from Devonport. Look out, because players have gone on the book for that earlier this year. And he's gone in the book too.
I thought that was accidental. What did you think? Intentional?
Wouldn't like to say.
Not put yourself on the spot.
So Mark McCurry, playing his second game of league footy, an 18-year-old, has been impressive. His pass is steered low. Oh, excellent mark to Anderson.
Players deliver the ball so well nowadays. Great pass by McCurry.
Greg Anderson. Be a good start to the second half for the Bombers if this goes through. Well, it had the distance. That was offline. Anderson's first score. The margin back to 19 points, but at one stage the Bombers led by 40 at the 19-minute mark of the second quarter.
St Kilda playing the huddle, ringed by the Essendon forwards. Morris looking for options. A little bit more movement this time. McAdam off the ground for St Kilda. Kick it, unopposed, runs in, play on. He's done this so well today. Anderson, goalward it goes. Has it beaten both of them? It has. Frawley claimed he put a hand to it, but the umpire won't listen to him. There's the 12th goal. Essendon 12-8, 80. St Kilda 8-7, 55. Greg Anderson set up well by Derek Kickett. That's his second goal. And I'm sorry, his first goal, Anderson. Kicked a point earlier. And Kickett, taking that kick out from Morris, set it up.
So it has been a great start again by the Bombers. Just as they did in the first half, they've done it in the second half. Here's Werner. The ball didn't go the distance, so that mark not paid. Coughlin steers the pass to Allen. Spoiled by Harvey. Whipped out of there by Wallace, who's played loose man in defence and has played it perfectly. Burke, a good hand pass. Devonport goes for goal and kicks it. Ooh, just offline. Kicked 2 goals earlier on. And now 2 goals, 1 to Craig Devonport. We'll have to face the tribunal on Monday night.
David Flood at full back on Tony Lockett, but Lockett playing very wide from the full back position. Long goes Flood, kick it up. Hills. Across to O'Donnell. O'Donnell goes to the safety of the boundary line. Will it beat Harvey? He just does. And that was the intention of O'Donnell, to send the ball over the boundary line just before Harvey got to it. Well timed. Anderson again to do the ruck work with Morris. Bowie. Ridley over the top, should give away the free. He does give away the free kick. And the recipient, number 18, Brett Bowie for St Kilda. Good player in the second quarter for St Kilda, the little fellow. Well cut out by Werner. Doing well across half back. Kilpatrick in towards centre half forward. Bingham in front of Somerville on this occasion. Mercury manhandled Pekin. But it's Shanahan who gets it away. Mercury in front. Shanahan in hot pursuit. Can Mercury get it away? He does. Now Essendon can run it. Wanganeen. Short in the direction of Salmon. Frawley holding on. Gets a hand to it. Winmar. He'll mop up. Salmon in pursuit. But Nicky Winmar keeps the ball in. Well done, Nicky. Smothered off the boot.
It was a Wanganeen smother and it almost rebounded to Salmon. Gavin Wanganeen, an amazing player at either end of the ground. Boundary throw in, another chance for the Bombers. Anderson gets free. Salmon in front. Can't get boot to ball. He's ridden into the ground by Frawley. And the Saints out of trouble. Harvey started it. The hand pass to Newport. Newport's kick to half-back. Craven. Coghlan leaves his man. Craven trying to draw a man. There's Wallace again. He's been a real thorn in their side. Kilpatrick. Lockett. Back near centre wing, but still can't get a possession out of that. Burke. Good smother by Flood. Now Flood is the man who'll go down in history as keeping Tony Lockett so far to one kick. He's only had one himself.
McAdam back on the ground for St Kilda. Fletcher off. Lowe gets a fist to it. Davenport running onto it well. Ignores the lead of Lockett. Goes Goldwood. Will the ball come back? No, it won't. St Kilda's 9th point. Essendon 12-8-80. St Kilda 8-9-57. Going very wide of the goals, Tony Lockett. Kilpatrick in towards the centre. Somerville in front of Bingham, punched away by Bingham, well fighted up, just can't control it. McAdam, kick it in there too. Thompson, very reliable. Shanahan in front of Wanganeen, the big and the little of it. Well done, Shanahan, an awkward kick but nonetheless effective. Harvey just can't keep the ball in play. As Karen Spawn warming up for Essendon is about to come on. Brian Wood, the runner, going out to make a change. It's Kilpatrick, I think, coming off. And the umpire has picked the free kick out, and it's going in the way, going in the direction of St Kilda, taken by Russell Morris.
Possessions for Morris. Not a great one this time. Craven hesitated, kick it, took him off the ball. Wanganeen, a great pick up and hand pass. Mercury with mercurial pace, but hooked the kick.
Third point for the afternoon for young Mark Mercury, but well done by Kickett. He has set up a number of goals today.
Oh, the climb by the little rover. And Bowie did well to rip it away from Mercury. Up over centre wing. McAdam almost a mark low to the ground. Chris Danaher with him. Anthony Danaher, who's played on low. Oh, kick it. Sensational pick up off the bootlaces. Chris Danaher to centre half forward. Winmar climbs. Might have interfered, but no whistle. Oh, he's going the wrong way. Oh, the umpire said grab when not in possession. I don't know about that. I thought he had it all the time.
Touchy one. A real touchy one. I thought a good tackle by Ridley. Winmar across to kick it. In the direction of Newport, the ball travels. Oh, cleaned up hard by Thompson. It was Newport. Coghlan spearing it into Lowe. A free kick against Spawn on Coghlan. Coghlan remonstrating with Spawn behind play. But nevertheless, Lowe's got it. He's going to be paid the free kick anyway. Send this ball high and long into the goal square, hoping for something from Tony Lockett. A good kick by Lowe. Will it beat the men in the square? No, off their hands. Through for another point. That's St Kilda's 10th point. Essendon 12-9-81. St Kilda 8-10-58.
St Kilda 3 behinds in this quarter. Here's Ridley, the ex-West Australian. Todd Ridley out towards centre wing. Salmon well up the ground. He's dragged Frawley up with him. Here's Danny Frawley. Goes for the boundary line, doesn't find it. Salmon keeps it in. Whistle's gone. Well, the Essendon fans booing out there. The umpire's going to ball it up just inside the boundary line. Salmon palms down. Morris. Take a free kick, Russell Morris. And the Essendon fans once again not happy. Actually seems to have had a lot of free kicks today, Russell Morris. 5 free kicks out of his 9 kicks for the day. Robert Harvey inside the 50. Bounces off Devonport. Chris Danaher loses it. Thompson doesn't. Kickett, brilliant pick up again to Werner, and once again Kickett started it for the Bombers. He's going to get it back again from Werner. He's worth the price of admission on his own, Kickett. Look at that. Beats off Devonport easily. The disposal is brilliant.
Fantastic stuff as Spawn breaks towards the full forward. Oh! Are we being treated to some play here? Firstly by Kickett. And what a mark by Nicky Winmar. Let's hope he hasn't hurt himself. Boy, it takes some courage. Oh, it takes real courage to do what Kickett did.
Well, I've just seen it again on the scoreboard and enjoyed it all over again. A fantastic mark by Winmar.
Centre wing, he sends a ball. Peakin in front, looking to play on. Options covered. Kickett's by himself. He finds him. Right in the centre of the ground is Dale Kickett. Derek Kickett in charge. Davenport. Now the break comes. Peakin running through the hard cricket pitch area. Spots it to McAdam, and he doesn't let him down. Gilbert McAdam started on interchange bench just after half time. He's already kicked 2, McAdam. 1 in the first, 1 in the second. 45 metres out. Ball on its way. No. The umpire running to right of the goals indicates 1 point. So St Kilda edging ever so close. That's their 11th point. 81 playing 59.
Yeah, but they've wasted them this quarter. They've kicked 4 behinds in this quarter. While Essendon have added 2 goals too. Anthony Danaher, O'Donnell. Chris Danaher takes the mark well. Some gaps opening now. A lead by Somerville, the pass didn't reach him. Good turning by Somerville. Wanganeen the only chance. Burke is back there. Wanganeen well shepherded off. Good kick by Burke to Morris at half-back flank. Now to centre wing. Newport's got away. Well, some scintillating passages of play in this quarter. Bit of a slip up there by Newport. Anderson getting over the mark. Low. He's been kept pretty quiet by Anthony Danaher. Off hands to Coglan. Pumps it high. Nobody there for St Kilda, and Harvey leaves Allen to take the mark. He's played him eyeball to eyeball today, Mark Harvey.
Essendon leading by 22 points as Harvey changed the direction of goal across to Wallace, who's a loose man in defence. He in turn goes out to outer wing. Karen Spawn off interchange. Takes it further down. Wanganeen in front of Shanahan, but it's Peakin. He'll relieve and changes direction himself. It's like a training drill at the moment here at the MCG. The ball travelling around the wings. Really no pressure from either party as Davenport has got it from Morris. 1 bounce. Nobody coming at him. Now Buick causes a decision. Brower back to Davenport. In turn he goes down looking for Allen. Allen in front, has it punched away by Harvey. Well done, Allen. Just can't get the ball away cleanly. Kick it. Run down. Here's Derek. Across the Dale brothers, is it, in arms? Low. Lockett behind, Wallace in front, ball to ground. Coughlin running onto it. What can he do? Nothing. Desperate play there. As Chris Danaher, or is that Mark Harvey on the bottom? Chris Danaher. Desperate play right on the edge of the 10-metre square.
Well, we're seeing a remarkable thing here today. Tony Lockett cannot get a touch, and his opponent is about half his size, well, half his weight anyway. Little kick out of defence, and it goes out of bounds in the back pocket. Now David Flood giving away height. Maybe not so much height, but certainly in the physique department, plenty of weight to Tony Lockett, and yet Lockett can't get a look in. Coughlin overruns. Spawn, Thompson, good poise, Buick. Salmon pushed, actually
free kick.
Pushed Frawley straight into it really, and St Kilda kept the ball in, and now Bowie has it about 40 metres from goal. And very difficult from here. Kicked a couple of goals in the second quarter, and one was from nearly 50 metres. This is closer but wider out. Across the face and rushed through by the Essendon defence, which has been very disciplined, and Kevin Sheedy would be pleased with that. And the way he's manned up on Tony Lockett, this man Flood, with the assistance of teammates like Wallace, have cut him right out of the game.
Peter Somerville coming off, and Bradley Payne back on for Essendon. Salmon now in the ruck. Davenport, 45 metres out, goes goalward. Will it beat? No, it doesn't.
At the post, he's kicked 3 behinds in this quarter, Davenport, and St Kilda have kicked 5.
Wallace by himself, he's not being picked up, he's the loose man in defence for Essendon and doing it well.
Actually, St Kilda have kicked 6 behinds in this quarter. No goals, 6 behinds.
Anderson, centre wing, quickly getting it down in direction of Plain. Bingham. Wanganeen, desperate stuff, but a free kick is going against Shanahan. Wanganeen's got to come back behind his mark and take his kick. Anxious to play on then, Wanganeen. Quickly, short in towards Salmon. The big fellow doesn't let him down. Started at full forward, Paul Salmon. Somerville on the ball now, Somerville off the ball. Salmon on the ball. Paul Salmon has already kicked 2 goals. Lining up for his 36th for the season. Very good conversion rate. Coming into this game, 33 goals, 11 for the season. And he's added to that total another one, that's a 13th for Essendon. Essendon now controlling the game, 13-9-87, St Kilda 8-13-61. Moving much freer today is Paul Salmon. Last week just couldn't get into the game. It's his 3rd goal, now on the ball. Somerville having a rest.
Well, the margin back out to 26 points, and light rain starting to fall at the MCG, not helping St Kilda's cause to come back. Bowie. He's caught in a great tackle. McCurry's given a really good account. O'Donnell. Salmon. Inside the 50. Kick it. Look at this man go. Off the left, right to the goal line. Wanganeen. Oh, it carries the pack for a goal. What a player, Derek Kickett.
Well, he hit that ball really hard. That is the way to do it. Hit it hard. And what he's been doing in the past is handing it off or feeding it off. This time he found himself all out in the clear and went onto that trusty left foot, and from 50 metres he let it go and it just sailed over the pack. What a goal.
A left footer turning a circle on the 50-metre line. Not bad.
32 points of difference here at the MCG. Salmon peeking underneath it. Tackled by McCurry, and the umpire will just have no option to come in and restart play. Umpires Peter Carey and Shane Harris in control here. Bingham and Salmon. Salmon maybe on the second attempt. Morris. Devonport. Well chopped out by Salmon. Had his kick smothered. Morris in the direction of kicker, but it's Werner. Coughlin quickly out. Now this looks promising as Harvey goes into that open goal. What can he do? He's kicked it. The 9th for St Kilda. And they bridge the gap, St Kilda, by 26 points.
Well, they've had their chances in this quarter, but that's their first goal for the term, and it took 20 minutes.
Robert Harvey's first goal for the game. 9 kicks, 12 hand passes last week. He was done reasonably well today.
The Bombers are certainly going to the scoring end. St Kilda will come home with the breeze in the last quarter, but they wouldn't want the Bombers to get much further ahead. Here's Burke. Very dark here at the MCG now. Here's Dale Kickett. His namesake Derek Kickett has definitely won the points by a streak today. Oh, Coughlin, what a picker. Harvey. Short pass, dangerous, but Lowe takes the mark. He wants to go on quickly. Frawley just at the front edge of the centre square. Lockett giving him nothing from the pocket. He did have a virus during the week and didn't train. And looks as though he's run out of puff altogether. He's swamped here and is behind. And that man Wallace again has taken the mark. Would you believe he's taken 9 marks? And he's now had 13 disposals. Out towards centre wing. The leading mark taker on the ground is Dean Wallace. Bingham's hand pass. Buick to Anderson. Kick by Greg Anderson. The rain gets heavier. Mercury, Plain. Here's Kickett again. Derek Kickett. Sensational! Oh, just missed.
Well, he's bloodied his copybook. That's the first point for the game for Derek Kickett. Up to that stage, 3 straight goals. 3 goals, 1 for Kickett. Now Nathan Burke. Across to Newport. Newport's got options. He can go back. He does to Burke, who in turn chips it to Devonport. Frawley, we don't usually see him so far up the ground. St Kilda mucking around with the ball on centre wing. Pekin, 1 bounce. Looking for options, then goes short into a direction of Lowe. Doesn't let him down, the big fellow. He's had a quiet day. St Kilda have made another change. Fletcher coming back on, Newport off. As Lowe goes in short again to Harvey. Now Harvey in a difficult pocket. He's looking to try and open it up. You can see there his intention is to try and open, but there are no leads forthcoming. I think he's only off. There it is. Finally gets one across. Wasn't confident from kicking it from there, Harvey. And the little fellow, Danny Craven's got it. Craven started on interchange today. He's been a contributor since coming on. Hasn't kicked a goal yet, though. The rain's starting to really come down here at the MCG as Craven. It looks good off the boot, but the pack down. And the ball forced through for another behind for St Kilda. That's their 14th. Essendon 14-10-94. St Kilda 9-14-68.
Flood's pass in. It's going to be a free kick. Advantage paid to Spawn. Chris Danaher giving him a good run on centre wing. Excellent play. Good mark. Hooks the ball back to centre half forward to Plain. He's got a chance too, Bradley Plain. Oh, he's taken out of it off the ball. That man Kickett in the play again. Anderson. Good spin. Great play. Wanganeen. He can kick the goal himself. Gavin Wanganeen. He's kicked 2. Is this a winning break for the Bombers now? They lead by 32 points.
Well, Gavin Wanganeen, a great player last week for Essendon in that defeat at the hands of the West Coast. He played in the back pocket that day. Unfortunately taken off the ground, but now playing up forward, showing his versatility. He's kicked the 15th for Essendon. Salmon and Bingham to do it at the centre bounce down. Salmon caught underneath it, gets his fist to it. It's a big one in the direction of Anderson, who can't break away. Morris in pursuit. It's Brett Bowie who gets it out low, attacks the ball, then he'll run onto it hard. Craven coming through, can't control it. O'Donnell, short one out in the direction of Wanganeen. Shanahan behind, doing it well as Wanganeen. He'll be rewarded, getting in front. And the umpire paying the fellow in front. Gavin Wanganeen kicked Essendon's last goal. Short one up high. Mercury, good player the first quarter. An excellent game from this fellow. He's taken off the ground in the second quarter. I don't know why, because I thought he was a good player in the first and was contributing to Essendon's effort in the second when taken off. Already kicked one goal. He let this ball go from about 45 metres. The angle about the same, 45 degrees. Oh, not a good kick off the boot. A vicious hook, as you can see there. Over the boundary line on the full. And Frawley to relieve in the right back pocket for St Kilda. Rain tumbling down here now at the MCG, and will make the players' task very difficult.
3 minutes remaining to three-quarter time. Pekin, 31 points the margin. A very handy lead in the wet. Werner, well played. Into Salmon. Salmon's hand pass, a real hospital ball. Crash. Down goes Ridley from Devonport. Free kick to Ridley.
And that's why they call them hospital passes. You've got to sit under there hoping that nobody's going to clean you up.
That had a red cross and a siren on it, that one. Kick by Ridley. Breeze at his back. Kick it. Hooks it in. Oh, and just taken away from plane by Burke. A desperation move. 101 plays, 68. 33 points the difference. Gee, it'll be tough for St Kilda, although they did kick 4 goals in the last 6 minutes of the second quarter. But really, it's the only part of the game when they looked a bit of a chance.
Now movement for Morris. Goes out wide. Devonport. It's Burke who'll get the ball and take an easy chest mark. Been a good play today, Nathan Burke. Short he goes in turn to McAdam. McAdam going long down to that half-forward flank. Low in front. Takes a mark in, or doesn't. Should have taken it out in front of his face. Maybe the ball a little slippery to handle at the moment. But Essendon seemed to do it well through Danaher. Wanganeen running on it, but it's Kickett. What can he manufacture? Spawn, back to Kickett. 1-2, goes goalward. Off target, holds his head in shame, Derek Kickett. That's his second point for the game. 3 goals to Derek Kickett. And the margin now 34 points in favour of Essendon. And the rain absolutely tumbling down here at the MCG.
Doesn't make you feel glad you've retired? Burke in the back pocket. Devonport reported earlier this quarter for a trip. Gee, a lot of possessions to go, not very far. Craven. Low. Slippery ball off the ample chest. Socket away by Coughlin. Low at centre wing. Just left it for Hills.
Too high.
Mercury caught high and will take the free kick. The Bombers started well. They were challenged. They look as though they've resisted the challenge. Still a quarter to go. Buick goes off the ground and the ball goes out on the full. Buick's kicked 2 goals. But on the evidence of last week against the West Coast Eagles, Essendon were never going to win today against St Kilda, but played all over them. Bingham. Hills gets through the pack. Hand pass to Salmon. A high ball. Going to land about 40 metres from goal, but it didn't land because Burke thumped it out of play.
Play to restart. Essendon's left forward flank. 40 metres from their goal. Salmon in ruck. Somerville off the ground. Salmon starting at full forward. Bingham. Anderson, what can he do? He goes goalward. No, there's a free kick as the siren goes for three-quarter time here at the MCG, and Essendon holding a commanding lead, 15-12, 102. St Kilda 9-14, 68.
Michael or Rosie Lemming of Belmont.
Start of the last quarter, the Bombers by 34 points. St Kilda going to the scoring end, there's no doubt about that. But a heavy downpour in the third quarter will make this tough. Oh, Kickett! Fantastic Derek Kickett. The mark paid, and why not? What a performance he's turned on today. Well, if he's not taking the mark of the day, Don, he's kicking the goal of the day.
I reckon he gave that for effort. What an effort by Kickett. Oh.
His stats aren't all that remarkable, but just the things that he's done have been, well, he plays the game on a different planet. He's kicked 3 already, this for number 4. Well, I suppose you can forgive him, his eyes would still be spinning after the mark.
3 goals, 3, Derek Kickett. Boy, has he done some sensational things today. Not many touches last week, but boy, he kicked 2 fantastic goals. Player blessed with a lot of ability. A high ball. Fletcher. Been on interchange today. Takes a mark for St Kilda. Rain stopped here at the MCG. Where's the ball a little easier to handle as Mark Thompson will cut it out for Essendon. And turn across to Harvey. He in turn goes out wide. McCurry has had a good game today. Out on that centre wing. Will send Essendon long. Kickett setting up the lead, but in fact McCurry goes to O'Donnell. Not much movement down on the forward line. You see there signals coming from O'Donnell, asking players to move. There's one lead coming from Kickett. He ignores that, then goes in the direction of Plain. Salmon dropping back. St Kilda have got the numbers. Harvey relieves for St Kilda, goes out in the direction of Morris, who's picked up a lot of stats today, Russell Morris, and also quite a few free kicks. St Kilda have got to do something and do it quickly. 34 points the margin. And Morris goes across goal. Craven. Thought he was off. The umpire's called off as Craven goes in towards centre half back Harvey. St Kilda going everywhere but the right way home. Frawley, centre wing he goes. McCurry, Burke. Burke's tried hard all day. Sends a ball over the boundary line on the full. And the free kick to be taken by Essendon on the outer centre wing.
Well, we might just find out how expensive that third quarter was for the Saints when they kicked 1 goal 7 into the breeze. This kick short of half forward. Anderson second grab, no mark. Taken by Bingham, grabbed in the middle by Fletcher. His hand pass grabbed off the bootlaces by McAdam. Then he's caught holding the ball. Free kick to Ridley. Plain offers the lead. Shanahan gets the ball away from him. Oh, it's taken by Hills. Good spin. Hills from 51 metres. A mighty kick. Just about the clincher if it wasn't all over already. No, it's going to be a free kick, so no score against Kickett right on the goal line.
Frawley still limping. Back in the goal square. Clears for St Kilda. Pekin. Towards the centre. Coughlin will get underneath it but can't control it. Wanganeen quickly across to Spawn, whose play started on interchange. Pushed off it by Kickett. Dale Kickett in again. Not held, said the umpire. Play on. Players throwing themselves in, and a free kick will go to Harvey. Robert Harvey playing on centre wing. Picked up quite a few possessions for St Kilda. Harvey looking up in the direction of Lowe. The big fella flies but just can't hold them today. Fletcher in the direction of Lockett, but it's Wallace once again. He's done that very, very, very well today, Dean Wallace. A very disciplined game as he breaks. One bounce. A long bomb in towards centre half forward. Harvey underneath it. Takes an easy chest mark. Now he'll set the run up. Craven looking for Kickett, but decides to ignore him. Winmar now on the half forward flank. Was on half back. Hills nearly kicked a miraculous goal early. Goes to the boundary line. No, not deliberate, says the umpire. But it was Hill's intention to send that ball over the boundary line.
At the end towards St Kilda's going, the 16 goals to 8 have been kicked at that end. So the Saints definitely going to the scoring end, but it's a long way back. They're 6 goals behind. At one stage, late in the second quarter, they trailed by 40 points, but then they kicked 4 goals in 6 minutes. And it's the only time of the game, really, that the Saints have looked like winning this game. Even though they came in as hot favourites, 3rd on the ladder, against Essendon 9th, they've been outplayed. Craven pulled off his kick. Anthony Danaher towards the boundary line. And eventually the ball goes out, and we'll have a throw-in. So far in this last quarter, there's been just 1 score. Essendon have kicked a behind. And we've been playing for nearly 6 minutes. Salmon wins in ruck. Dale kick it. Hand pass a bit strong. Plain. Back to Mercury. And he definitely went for the boundary line and has been penalised.
35 points difference here at the MCG. Essendon holding a good lead. The pack flies. Ridley going for the punch, but just not quite getting the hand to it or the fist to it. Stuart Lowe receives it for St Kilda. Had a quiet day today, Lowe. Goes short onto that 50-metre line. And Bowers tried particularly hard for his team. The little rover. A bit of indecision. He's got a short one in Burke in the pocket, but ignores him, goes into the corridor. Allen. Oh, well done, Coughlin. That's copybook. Something you do at training. He's gone in and kicked the 10th goal for St Kilda. St Kilda bridged the gap by 29 points. Now Essendon 15-13, 103. St Kilda 10-14, 74. It's good when you see a player reading the play like Coughlin did on that occasion. They make it look so easy. Anticipation.
Well, vitally, the first goal of the last quarter to St Kilda. And here's Bowie again out of the middle to full forward, and Wallace holds them up once more. He has taken 11 marks, and that's his 12th kick. He's played loose man in defence and has cut off the supply to Lockett, who's had just 1 kick. Here's Spawn. Short of half forward. Shanahan a good punch away. Anderson. Wet ball. Losing ground. Plain puts the hand pass out in front of Werner. Pick up by Michael Werner. McAdam gets back there for St Kilda. 29 points the margin. We have 18 and a half minutes to play. Burke and Hills centre wing. Not Burke and Wills, but Burke and Hills, and the ball out. Burke and Wills, they play for Geelong.
In fact, one of them initiated this game of football. Kick it. It's Dale. Hand pass. Back to McAdam. The ball comes. Bingham. In towards centre half forward. Nudged out was Winmar. And Ridley played the free kick against, but awarded the mark. Buick. Harvey. Ball to ground. Well down Harvey. Across to O'Donnell. O'Donnell in turn going down towards Plain. Pushes his man out. Shanahan now goes into an open goal. What can he do this time? He kicks it. Bradley Plain coming into the side today. He's kicked Essendon 16. 16-13, 109. St Kilda 10-14, 74. Well, in the second quarter, Bradley Plain had a chance to kick his goal, running into a similar situation. However, kicked a point. That time kept the ball low and dribbled it through for his second. Bradley Plain, 2 goals, 1 today.
Once again, it makes it pretty tough for the Saints. Wanganeen, a good hand pass. No, it's chopped off by Morris. Bad kick by Morris, straight onto the chest of Werner. Good distance with that kick. It's into the breeze going to that end. Peaking a mark. Hasn't been his best day. McAdam through Bingham to Harvey. Good run by Robert Harvey. He's passed in the direction of Lowe. He's buried. Free kick to Lowe. Against Anthony Danaher, who has had Stewie Lowe all day. You'd have thought he might get Lockett, but that job went to Flood, and both Flood and Lockett have had one kick each. And I suppose a goal here by Lowe would still give St Kilda a sniff of a chance. Short pass to Coughlin. Well, he has kicked St Kilda's only goal in this last quarter. Frankie Coughlin might be the man. 18 possessions. And right in front, man on the mark's only 25 metres from goal. He kicks the goal. The margin's back to 29 points.
Well, that free kick to Lowe. Thought he'd go back and have a shot. He marked the ground where he was going to let the ball go from. When he actually looked at the face of goal, he found Coughlin by himself in that hole. Should have been filled up by Essendon players. And a little chip pass across to Coughlin for his second. Margin 29 points. Salmon on the ball against Bingham. It's Bingham who gets it down. Bowie under pressure, gets a quick kick away. Werner's done well across half-back. Danaher. Hills has done well on that wing. McAdam now on half-back. A big handball across to Harvey. What can Robert Harvey do? He looks for Lowe, but it's over his head. Well done, Stuart Lowe. No play on. A valiant attempt. Now tackle. Well done. Strength. Ridley goes to ground. Werner quickly out to O'Donnell. A lot of pressure applied on that St Kilda half-forward line. Salmon to Danaher. Changes direction, will be caught. He is by Harvey. Bingham. McAdam. Out in the direction of Dale. Kick it. Can't keep. Yes, he just... No, he doesn't keep it in.
By gee, Robert Harvey's running himself into the ground. He is covering hectares. Terrific tackle on Chris Danaher. He thought he had a week.
Big fellows go at it. It's Bingham who gets it down. He's battled manfully in the ruck today, Bingham. Scramble, the ball wet. And heavy rain here in the third quarter. Making that ball just a little difficult to handle. Gary O'Donnell and screen. Tim Peakin. And Bingham will do the ruck work with Salmon once again. Ball on centre wing. Free kick should be awarded to Bingham, but it's not. It's Fletcher who gets a high ball in the direction of Lowe. The big fella just can't take it. And holding his ground well is Mark Harvey. He's got a lot of courage, this fellow. We wouldn't expect him to move from that position. Ridley goes in towards centre half forward. Not looking for anybody in particular, hoping. Well cut out there by Anderson. Out of wing it goes. Anthony Danaher. Hills should be paid the free kick. No, play on, said the umpire. Anderson, a high ball. It goes as high as it goes long. Wanganeen. Morris picked up a lot of possessions, also a lot of free kicks across half-back. Now Dale kick it, trying to handle the ball. Now a series of handballs and finishes up with Craven. Craven will go long, straight over the head. Lowe set up the lead. He went straight over his head. Found Dean Wallace. He'll have to have about 12 or 13 marks today, Dean Wallace. That's his 12th.
Incredible game. Salmon up to half forward to Chris Danaher. Good mark low down. Real struggle at the moment. 29 points the difference. We're midway through the last quarter. Kick it.
Oh,
Buick with pace. Darren Buick goes backwards. The mark taken by Anderson.
Might have run just a little bit too far on that occasion. Had a lot of speed. Hit the pack well, Darren Buick.
Kick it. dodging and weaving and contorting like a snake up in the goal square. Anderson reckons he might make the distance. Oh, gee, it's not a bad kick. He has made, centimetres short. So that is a straight 5-goal margin. So 5 unanswered goals will only get St Kilda a draw. And we have 12 minutes 23 seconds remaining.
Well, he's been everywhere, Nicky Winmar. Half back, half forward, now at full back for St Kilda. Brings the ball in. Shanahan. Not a good kick, in fact, it's a shocking one. McCurry. Frawley behind, punches away from Winmar. It's Morris. Out wide he goes in the direction of Salmon and Bingham. Who'll take it? Pushed out, should have been a free kick against Salmon. Goes short, the ball just not quite carrying the half volley. Chris Danaher picks it up, spins onto the left. All over, should have been a free kick then against Frawley on kick it. McAdam breaking. Goes wide. Tim Allen, nice handball across to Harvey. Harvey in turn across to Burke. Burke, nobody around, can set it up for Davenport to go long. He goes long, direction of Lockett. Can he take it? No, the big fellow had a dirty day coming into this game. He's been averaging 7 goals, 1 for the season, with 7.1 goals a match. Today, yet to score 1 goal.
And just 1 kick, which sailed out of bounds on the full. Well, sunshine breaking through now after heavy rain in the 3rd quarter. Salmon wins. Burke back to Coughlin, slips a tackle. Coughlin for goal, across the face, and a minor score. Well, at least it brings them within 5 goals. So if they can storm home St Kilda in the last 11 minutes, they could get up, but they haven't played like it all day. I suppose we shouldn't have underestimated Essendon, who after all had won 4 in a row until last week's loss to the Eagles. Well, there's a bit of a fumble by Flood, who's the man who's partly been responsible for Lockett being totally out of the game. Ridley drops the mark, Salmon off the ground. Hills had a bit of a look first. Now he's holding the ball, surely. Free kick to Burke.
McCurry off and Somerville on for Essendon.
Kick by Burke. A centering kick to Harvey. And still 55 metres from goal. Lockett on the goal line. He's offered no movement all day, Lockett. Kick by Harvey. That was Hills rather, getting in way that time. Ridley towards the outer wing. Winmar. Well played, Nicky Winmar. Beautiful football.
And breaks in towards Bingham. Winmar. Bingham rucked tirelessly all day towards centre half forward. It's a big kick. Punched away by Salmon. Bowie has tried hard, the little fellow. Harvey has also picked up a number of possessions. Back to Bingham. Hand pass in turn across to Fletcher. He goes goalward. But a little astray, in fact, a vicious hook. Could have kicked St Kilda's 12th goal then, Adrian Fletcher. And the ball, St Kilda's left forward pocket. Lowe in front, Somerville behind. Big hands of Lowe, just can't quite get it away, and again ball to be thrown in the identical position in which it was thrown in some 5 seconds earlier. Somerville in front this time. Allen over the back. Craven, kick smothered. Out the ball comes. It's important now the players get in front. The umpire will try and break something up here. Danaher in front this time. A wild swing by Lowe. Oh, Bowie. Harvey in there tackling Allen, but there's a free kick.
Anything that high has got to be a free kick.
Ball heavy now, this will probably drop. A high one from Allen in towards the goal square. There's a number of Essendon players there. And again, Wallace. Mark number 13, Dean Wallace.
He's playing the game for a lifetime.
32-point margin in favour of Essendon. Short Wallace goes to O'Donnell.
Well, maybe observers, casual observers of Essendon, have underestimated Dean Wallace, but Kevin Sheedy obviously has a high opinion of him and has thrust his faith in the lad. But what a game he's played today. St Kilda free. Allen, a centering kick straight to Wallace again. It's as though he's wearing a St Kilda jumper and has led for the pass time after time after time. Wallace has taken 14 marks, about twice as many as the next best on the ground. Dale Kickett slips the ball across. Chris Danaher goes backwards to brother Anthony. That's a great hand pass to Spawn. Hills. Damp turf, so good dodging and weaving. Thompson. Derek Kickett. Frawley is man now. Bingham gets back. The hand pass is good to Frawley. Harvey. And it's a free kick to Kickett, who was taken out of it just in front of the play. Kick by Kickett. Salmon shrugs himself clear. Can't take the mark. Shanahan, oh, not a great hand pass. They're in trouble now, St Kilda. Pekin. Bingham. Fletcher. Oh, he's either holding it, yes he is, or it was a kick out deliberately. A great tackle by Wanganeen. Margin still 29 points and just 6 minutes left. Bombers led by 19 at quarter time and 12 at half time. Kick by Wanganeen. Salmon! Who had just crossed the line. Or behind.
2 goals, 1. Gavin Wanganeen. The margin now 30 points. 111, playing 81. It's Russell Morris. Goes short in the direction of McAdam. Started half forward McAdam, then was on interchange just after half time. Essendon making a change. Ridley going off. Kilpatrick coming on. Low. Coughlin. St Kilda have got numbers. It's Harvey. He's doing well in the last quarter. Pekin. A short chip in the direction of Lockett. Can the big fellow? No, it was a 2-on-1 situation. Ball punched away. Well followed up by Coughlin. Pekin. Coughlin, a high ball, hoping. Wallace underneath. Punched down well, Wallace. That allows Werner to run onto it. Kickett going in there. And at least he holds the ball up, Dale Kickett. Good chasing. Also good play by Wallace. Players a little aggro. Degree of frustration coming into this game. Mark Harvey. To Mellon. Dale Kickett. A free kick. Well, you can't allow your frustrations to take over. As the umpire's paid the free kick to Hills. Turn Hills goes out wide to Werner. He's done well across half-back. In fact, all the Essendon defenders have done well. Oh, good tackle, Craven.
Well, this will keep the Bombers in touch. They're a game outside the 6 prior to today. It's an upset, 9th beating 3rd. Bowie running around. Wallace is there again in the chop. Well, Lockett got a fingernail to it, but couldn't take the mark. And he's just looked off colour, disinterested. He hasn't given them any leads, any movement up forward. Mind you, he's had 2 players there all day. And while Flood's hardly had a touch either, Wallace has just helped himself to mark after mark. Robert Harvey tries to shrug his way clear. Umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up. We can't see St Kilda getting back into it now. 5 goals the difference. 3 minutes.
Been reported.
Who's that, Don?
Kickett, I think. Dale Kickett. He had a free kick go awarded against him a little earlier. He's becoming very frustrated, Kickett. For what, I don't know, but still he's reported as they go in towards a full forward line, St Kilda. Low in front, can the big fella take it? No, he can't. He's hurt himself. Oh, let's hope it's not that shoulder. Hills, Somerville. And the trainer's out to low, he hasn't got up, and Bingham takes the mark.
Just about the Brownlow favourite. This is a disaster.
McAdam, Coghlan by himself. Oh, it's Davenport by himself. Takes an easy chest mark.
Hit his shoulder all right.
But just hurt it just a wee bit. Oh, they're painful. Davenport having his ankle attended to at three-quarter time, so he's not fit either. 50th game, lining up for his third. Goes right across the face of goal for his fourth point. 2 goals for Craig Davenport.
Well, he had 2 goals to half-time, and since then has kicked 4 behinds. Attendance here today, 42,000. There's Flood getting one of his very few kicks for the day. Good mark by Frawley. Just over 2 minutes left. Frawley thumps him back to full forward. Lowe's recovered, who's in the chop anyway. Somerville goes to Hills. Chris Danaher leads. Pekin jumps over him. And Winmar marks about 60 metres from goal. Dale Kickett being taken off, having just gone in the book. Winmar goes for the spiral torpedo, gets fantastic distance, but it's rushed through by Somerville. A most disciplined display by the Bombers. Their defence has been terrific, and up forward players like Derek Kickett have really put on a show. Buick with his pace, and here's Winmar, Kilpatrick having a go at each other. And it'd be a shame to be another man to go into the book in a dead game in the last couple of minutes.
Lockett now at centre half forward. Pekin twisting, turning, but doesn't get his kick to where he wanted to go. Went straight to Buick. Buick sending the ball further down the ground. The ball will be thrown in front of interchange. And Essendon holding a commanding lead here. Just over a minute left in this game. Anderson to do the ruck work, gets a fist to it. He'll send it again over the boundary line, and Essendon's right half forward line. Bingham, probably Anderson to contest the ruck work. Anderson's done a lot of the contesting of the ruck work on centre wing. You see the difference in height between Bingham and Anderson. Anderson does the right thing for a small fellow, edges himself in front. Bingham over the top of plane. And Essendon content now just to see this game out. Just over half a minute left here at the MCG. 111 playing 83.
Buick shepherds the ball over the line. Kicked 2 goals in the first half, Darren Buick. Bowie. Just seconds remaining. Centre wing, a heavy clash. Wanganeen goes down hurt. Let's hope that's not too serious. Well, there's the siren, which will take any pain out of injuries at this stage. What a great win it was for the Bombers. They've defeated St Kilda in an upset at the MCG and keep their finals hopes alive. Essendon 16-15, 111, defeating St Kilda 11-17, 83. Tony Lockett for the day took 1 mark, had 1 kick and put it out on the full. He played the entire game and was as much of a spectator as we were. And look at those happy Bombers. And I think it's got to be a coaching triumph for Kevin Sheedy over Ken Sheldon. He's done it to them again. And there has been a dominance that's gone for 12 years, Essendon over St Kilda, well before Sheldon got to St Kilda. And the way Sheedy played his back line, with Wallace a spare man in defence, who marked everything that came his way, took 14 marks and had 15 kicks, Dean Wallace. A masterstroke by Sheedy.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to the boys, and don't forget that the players will be in the social club in the Lindsay Hassett room in the medalist bar at about 5:15 for members and guests of the social club. And you can show your appreciation of the fine performance of the team by buying a bottle of Parker calendar, the bottle shop on sale now, and the raffle we launched today for a Mazda 121 sedan from Essendon Mazda, and a holiday in Newcastle.